Hello folks, this is Royce and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to take a break in featuring the halide species of Sansevieria, and we will feature one of our own hybrid, and this is from Apple's Garden Nursery. Once again, the name of our nursery is Apple. That is dedicated to my wife April, but her nickname is Apple, so that is why we have named the garden after her, Apple's Garden. So this is one of our seedlings, and by the way, I'm going to also tell you the story about this, how this hybrid came to be. So I always use or track them by this pattern or this code or breeder's code or breeder's tag, if you will. It is RAL, that is my initial, Royce, Adelantar, Librando, and this is coming from tray number 2, so it's the second tray that I have grow or where I grew seedlings, mostly, as I recall. Those are Phanphet seedlings coming from that tray. So it is in tray 2, and that is row K, column number 2. So the story is that on that specific slot, K2, row K, and column number 2, in that just one slot, there grew 2 Sansevierias on it, or Sansevieria. 2 Sansevieria hybrid grew from that one seedling, so it's like a twin, so to speak. So there are 2 Sansevierias that grew from one seedling. So with that, I have decided to name the hybrids, because most of the hybrids coming from tray number 2 are star-like in shape, and I was thinking to name them after constellations of stars. So especially constellation coming from my birth constellation, which is Aquarius. So I have decided to call it Zeta Aquari. It was first known to be twin stars in the constellation of Aquarius, but now there seems to be another star in that center. I think in that in Zeta Aquari, they're no longer twins, but they found that there are 3 stars on them. And thus I also found that there are also 3 stars, or sorry, not 3 stars, but 3 RAL T2K2 growing in one pot as well. So at first there was just twins. There are 2 hybrids that grew in one seedling, and then right now there is also one offset that is growing. So it's like the story as well of the star Zeta Aquari of the Aquarius constellation. So that is why I decided to name them Zeta Aquari. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to remove them from this pot. That is because they are stunted and they need to grow in larger pots, so that we can see how they grow, if they are able to grow larger. So that is what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to put it down, and we're going to try and check if we can uproot it. So I'm going to need some materials, namely a bucket to put in the stones out. Pull out the stones from this small pot. By the way, this pot is I think a 3-inch pot, or 4-inch pot. So before the seedlings were grown in 1 by 1 tray, 1 inch by 1 inch slot. Then I transfer it to a 2-inch pot. Now transferred again to a 4-inch pot, and I've decided to go big this time because I'm going to transfer them to about an 8-inch pot or 6-inch pot, larger pots. So what I'm doing right now is just I'm removing the pebbles that are placed on top of them. That is because when the use of the pebbles or small stones is that it inhibits the pumice stones to float, keeps them in place, and also hides the medium from birds that would come and dig them out, as well as cats. Sometimes they think that it's a potty for them, a potty sand box for them, so that's why they dig and they poop and they go away, and it's very annoying for us to clean up after the stray cats that are in the garden. So that is why most of the time we have small stones that are placed on top of the soil mix. So going back, I think we're ready to remove them from the pot. I just need something to poke out the roots, or loosen the roots by doing as such, so I can just spill out the contents of this small pot. So I actually have this pot ready, and like I mentioned, it's about 6 to 8 inch, I think 7-inch diameter pot. So that's where they're going to be transferred, and I'm going to try and spill some of the contents on it. And we need 2 pots because they're, like I mentioned, they're twins, so I have to prepare 2 pots for them. So that's actually how I do it. Loosen the soil mix, and then we'll see what's going on with the root system. I'm dividing the contents of the smaller pot equally, so I can just fill out the new pots easily when I transfer them. So we're trying to check out the root system. I think they are free of any pest. There are a few wilted leaves, so we'll have to remove them. You can throw them away, or just put them there and they will just rot in time, or be for additional fertilizers for the plants themselves. So I'm trying to check out where the best part that I can separate them. I'm checking out the node where I can easily cut off to separate them, and I would need a surgical knife or a scalpel to do that, or a utility knife to do that. So I have this ready, and I'm going to prepare hydrogen peroxide as well, which is not here. That's very so I'll have to run back. I'll be back in a bit. It will be just very fast. Alright, so we're back, and I'm back, and I found my the bottle of where I fill out the hydrogen peroxide to spray them. I would spray the whole root system to clean them off of any unseen pests, mites that are not seen by the naked eye because they're too small and microscopic. So that's what I do. Actually, since we're already we have already uprooted the hybrid, we're gonna talk a little bit about the roots. So this is they're rooting great right now. You can see that they are steadily growing because you see the white roots. There are new roots, so that means they are still rooting, and they will still grow larger. So this is a node system, and actually this is a good part to cut off because I cannot cut off this third or this offset coming from the twins because it's too small, and this one will have to sustain it. This other one can grow by itself, so that also means, since we're already talking, like I mentioned, when I make contents for Sansevierias, I most of the time, no, most oftentimes, I would give out some advice as to what I'm doing and sharing the best practices. So perks of perhaps being a subscriber to the channel. So that is why I would suggest people, folks, if you're really interested to grow your Sansevieria as well, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications icon, because sometimes I have no designated time or day wherein I will make content. I will make content when I'm free, and there are weeks that I'm very busy with business, so I cannot tend to my plant. So if that happens, I will not be able to upload something on the channel. So going back, I'm deciding to cut it off at that node, but the problem is there's then a new root going on, growing on there. So I'll have to check if I can cut it on the other side, and I guess I can. So what we'll do is that we'll set it down, spray some hydrogen peroxide to make sure that the scalpel knife, utility knife, whatever you call it, would be sterilized. So either you use alcohol, or for myself, I always use hydrogen peroxide in making some cuts or propagating my Sansevieria. So there you go. I think this is the node where I have to cut it. I could just cut it a little bit and then snap it in two, but I guess they came off easily, and that's why it's wise to plan out where to do the cutting of the nodes or root system. Like I said, they are twins, so I thought it was hard to separate them, but it was quite easy. So I'll have to set it aside. And again, there is a wound on the cut node. Have to spray hydrogen peroxide, and there are two things that you can do to cover the wound. First is you can just smother it with fungicide, which is what I'll do right now. Most of the time, if I don't spray it with hydrogen peroxide, I would put super glue on it to cover the wound, or some nail polish on it, clear nail polish. But for this situation, I'll have to cover it with fungicide. So there you go. You can do as such, and then smother it with the blade that you use there. You can scatter it around the wound, and that's okay in my experience to repot them the moment that you cut them, provided that you have done what I just did, which is put fungicide on the cut wound. And there's really no need to wait for it to callus, because you have already applied fungicide on it. If particles of the medium would touch the wound part, that would be okay, because the fungicide would act as a cleansing agent for the wound. So therefore, it will inhibit foreign objects into coming or going into your cut portion. So the next we would also do the same thing because I don't have a glue handy. So what we'll do is we'll also put powder fungicide, so you'll have to apply a sufficient amount sufficient amount as such. Then you have to use your scalpel to spread it on the wound where you have cut it. So actually that is already good to go, and what I can do next is I would already plant it. So I have two hybrids to plant and tag them, and like I said, they're part of a tray 2 and a column K row 2 or row 2 column K. I'm sorry, I might have said it incorrectly because I don't have the tray handy right now, so I can't picture out really which one's the column or row, but I'll perhaps clarify it on the description below. So we're done, and like I mentioned, the first one will have the offset with it, and it will continue to sustain the offset. Perhaps it will grow slower than the other one. What's next is to cover it with the soil mix. Alright, so there we go. We're in the process of just putting in the soil mix. And like I mentioned, I also most of the time tell you what the contents of the soil mix that I use. For this one, it's a recycled soil mix, so there are a lot of pumice stones on them, about the size of a small marble. And then there's some compost on them that I mixed out. And lately I have been trying to incorporate soil from the sugarcane plantation. So we get sacks of them, and I have incorporated, and we'll see how they grow. So for the first one, we managed to replant them, and like I mentioned, they're twins coming from one seedling, so they grew so very slow. So we're done with the other one. Just use the watering container or whatever to use to moisten up sides of the pot that you transferred it to, because when I planted it, they're too dry. So that's why I tend to wet the pot on the sides and not on the top portion, because sometimes there might be some pests on the core of the plant. So the moment that you water them, that's where they start to rot off. So best to water on the sides if you're not sure. And then if you want to make sure that the center part is cleaned off, you can spray hydrogen peroxide, because that will act as a cleansing. Whatever wound on there that was caused by pests will be taken care of, rather than directly watering them on top of the core, wherein you're not sure if there are pests that have wounded the plant on there. Then the water would get into the wound, and that would cause rot for your Sansevieria. So those are some tips that I'm giving out, and like I mentioned, I don't specifically write them on the title. I just from time to time give you out tips when I'm making videos for the channel. So that's why I'm suggesting, folks, you please watch the episodes that we prepare for you, because sometimes there are going to be tips coming out from time to time, and I don't usually put that on the title with regards to what kind of tips I'm giving out. It's just that sometimes I would give it out when we're doing some planting on the video, or if it becomes a topic when we're discussing some Sansevierias that we're repotting. So that's where we are going to have those tips or care tips for your Sansevieria. So once again, we're done, and like I mentioned, they're fairly very small at the moment, so I'm trying to grow them to larger sizes, and I have been carefully transferring them to slightly larger pots rather than initially planting them on a big pot, because they can't develop, or they can't go root bound if you do that. So I'm trying to pot them according to their size. So if they're small, I'm using smaller pots. If they have become bigger and they have utilized all the nutrients on the small pots, that's the time that I repot and give them a larger area to grow in. So we're done now, folks. So again, this is one of our hybrids, and I'm going to name it Zeta Aquari, and the rest will be the same as well, named after the constellation, my constellation of birth constellation, which is Aquarius. So this is Zeta Aquari because they're twin stars, and they follow the story, or the story of Zeta Aquari, which is now found to be a triple star in the constellation of Aquarius. Like I mentioned, I have also 3 plants of the hybrid RAL T2K2. So folks, we're going to end, because we're already out of time, and we're way past 20 minutes making the video. So if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below, and if you like what we have presented, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and you all have a great day.